Welcome to my diary, honey. I am Tahtahme and I am feeling blessed. Y'all know that I wrote my book, Apricity, and got it published by like a real publisher. Like, this isn't some Amazon publishing shit like my other books. This is some real published shit. Okay, so these guys, the publishers, told me to be on the lookout for some kind of email about some. I was like, yeah, I'll be on the lookout for an email from somebody. I forget what it was, but I was like, I'll be on the lookout. So then I get the email and I see that it's from the SF Public Library. So I only read like the first paragraph and I was like, I was so humbled, like crying literally in the In and Out parking lot. But then life happens. So I like literally the way my life works, like there's just a lot of shit going on all the time. So I will literally compartmentalize shit and just put things on the back burner until this shit is done and then that shit and then I'll be like fluctuating through shit. So I responded to the person and I was just like, I'd really love to do this, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, okay. And they gave me a bunch of dates. Life happens. Don't respond. Then today, or it was a couple days ago, my brain was like, what about that thing? Like, you're so excited about that thing. So today I finally have time, boot up the computer, go back, see this stuff. She has sent me an email like 3 or 4 days ago, like, hey, like, I'm a librarian, so I don't give up. I've saved this last date. I would really love it if you do this. Please just let me know if you're available for March 8th. I'm like, yes, please, just lock me in, put it loaded. I will put an alarm on because that's the day. Okay, I'm ready for that. I always follow through with that type of stuff. If I have an alarm that goes off and I know in 30 minutes I need to be ready for a Zoom call, I'm always ready for a Zoom call. Okay, so I'm basically like, okay, great. So I send her in, I'm like, please confirm me. She's like, yes. you're in, you're confirmed, it's locked and loaded. And then she also says something like, she's like, I'm really happy that we were able to connect because you were the first person on my list that like literally to host. And so first I was like, whoa, like I didn't even realize people were out here even reading my book, which I will put the link in the description, by the way, beloved. But I was like, I didn't even realize people are out here reading it or who it was getting sent to or who was enjoying it like that. So it really touched my heart to know that she was like that. But then all of a sudden I realized she said the word host. And I was like, host? Host? What did I just sign up for? So I pulled it up here on my phone. And you and I are about to see what I'm hosting. I'm not quite sure exactly what I just signed up for. So let's read together. It says, hello to Tommy. The San Francisco Public Library would like to extend an invitation for you to take part in our 2021 One City, One Book campaign. I just finished Apricity and feel our community would appreciate and benefit from an event with you. For our 16th One City, One Book, the library has selected Chanel Miller, the Stanford sexual assault victim turned New York Times bestseller artist and inspiration for her book, Know My Name. We will be hosting events related to Chanel and the book, a broad range of topics from sexual assault, court systems, gender and systemic oppression, healing through art, strength of women, and more. My book is going to be at home in this selection. That is for absolute sure. And y'all, it's just, this is so amazing when I read it because especially like when I first told y'all about my book, this is some of the first videos I posted on this channel. It took a long time to find somebody who would publish it because my book was about being a teenager and because I wrote it when I was still a teenager and because I spent so much effort preserving that teenage voice even as I edited and, you know, retracted or took or switched some words. I always tried to preserve that perspective and voice, and because it was poetry and because it was from that perspective, nobody wanted to pursue it for literally years. and I got a lot of rejection letters for it. There was a point where I just kind of gave up, and Nomadic Press was the last place. I told myself, if this does not work, I had a whole plan for a whole different thing to make it for this book, because I just knew in my heart that if this person didn't publish it, it just needed to be published in some other way. So at any rate, it's really insane to me in my brain, this thought that it got published last year, and then this year this was the theme that they're choosing for the Bay. At any rate, this event incorporates many city partners, including bookstores, the Department of the Status of Women, City College of San Francisco, the University of San Francisco, the SFUSD, the Asian Art Museum, and more. I'm feeling a little intimidated. Holy shit. Chanel's art / mural, I am, I will be, was recently unveiled at the Asian Art Museum and viewable from Hyde Street. I just had an idea. The Asian Art Museum has partnered with us on the One City, One Book campaign this year. SFPL provides all the Zoom / tech hosting, creates shareable PR graphics, and the event will be circulated in our One City, One Book promotionals. We will advertise / promote the event on our library website, social sites, and other online avenues, and we are able to offer a small honorarium for the events. We are planning for this to happen in March 2021, in time to celebrate Women's Month, and in April to align with Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and to honor and hold space for victims of sexual violence. Hope you'll consider this. Happy to field questions, facilitate, or support in any way. Sincerely, Anissa Malady. Okay. All right, so I definitely feel I'm in the right place here. But I'm okay. Here we go. I was about to say I'm confused about how I'm hosting and what I'm doing here exactly, because I know I can do it. I just I need to know what I'm doing. All right. Okay. Wow. Am I crazy? Because I feel like quilting. Okay, let's continue. March 8th. Oh my god. Okay, let's just read this. That's the point of this video. This is the message she sent me about 4 days ago. She said, she wanted me to talk, promote my book, talk about writing, poetry, and my experience as a survivor, and the work and writing I've done to overcome abuse. Okay. Oh. I think I'm going to quilt again, y'all. I think I'm going to try to make a quilt to be the background for this. I'm not sure if I should be trying to make a new quilt, or if I should be trying to finish a quilt I already have. But since it's on Zoom, I'll be able to have whatever background I want. Okay. Ooh, shit. Oh, I have some thoughts. Y'all. Okay, I have to go. I have things to do. I have thoughts to consider. But at any rate, thank you for thinking this through with me. I am so like blown away that this is even real. At any rate, because this is on my pages. This is on my pages of history book, y'all. This is one of those things that happened to me as a writer. I'm really happy about that because I don't know, somewhere in the back of my brain, the 16-year-old me who wrote the book and the 22-year-old me who edited it and the 28-year-old me who insisted on it and the me right now, we're like doing like a four-way high five that's a lot cooler in my brain than it would be in real life if four people did a four-way high five. And so yeah, it feels good. It feels good when work that you do get somewhere and is something. And yeah, I'm really excited. And I'm really excited that I have until March 8th. And my hope is that I'll be able to really think about and proceed with what I'm trying to do by then. All right. If you have anything to say to me, I love reading everybody's comments, even though sometimes I don't respond to things, I usually do see them. Sometimes I do miss them. That's the truth. But sometimes I don't miss them. It's just that, like, I'll see it in passing at like 2 in the morning when I'm just scrolling through things, and then it will get bumped out of notifications and I'll forget it exists. But I do usually see things and I internalize them and they totally change my mind on things. One of you commented something on my stop motion video that it was about the lighting, and that totally, I should go back to that and like look at those comments. But at any rate, my point is I love it when people comment and leave me messages because it gives me new perspective and it helps me change my mind usually. I mean, unlike the people who are like, unless it's like, you're ugly, I hate you. Those ones I'm like, all right, you're dismissed. You can go. But other than that, I love reading everybody's messages and even perspectives that don't agree with me. So may your ancestors and spirit guides be with you at every crossroads, and I will see you next time.